You have tremendous cravings for the food, and you have cravings for certain activities. You can't function, you have no willpower. You may feel awful, you feel terrible, you get headaches, you get chills, you get mental fog, disorientation, sweating, anxiety, poor performance, irritability and depression. You go and grab something, you feel so much better, and then you start feeling guilty. Perhaps you are addicted to food. And is it the type of food? Is it a component in the food? And are there substances in the food that cause an addiction? Or is it because the food has been converted into a product? You are consuming products, not food. And because you're consuming a product, you become addicted to it. For example, combination of fat and sugar. Name me one substance that's in nature that is fat plus sugar. Name one. There's not one substance that occurs in nature with that type of combination. Now, when the body sees these combination of nutrients coming in, how's it going to react? So there's lots of biochemistry I can talk about. I can talk about the mitochondria, and the mitochondria has been bombarded by the sugar, but then along come the fats also. It's causing like a congestion on a highway, and these poor mitochondria cannot function properly. And what symptoms you're going to get when you get mitochondrial dysfunction? You're going to get fatigue and tiredness and lack of energy. I'm just giving you one example. But these unnatural combinations cause an unnatural reaction in your body. The combinations of fat and sugar are an unnatural combination, modified by man, made into a product such as flour. There's no such thing as flour out there in nature. The steel mill got invented, as I told you all before, in the year 1860 something, and since then the incidence of degenerative joint disease, heart attacks, myocardial infarction and diabetes gone off the roof. Even when you masticate your food, the mastication produces a certain amount of grinding down of the food, but it never makes it into a powder. There's no way you got that great teeth. So what happens is that this powderized stuff gets right in there and creates this tremendous surge in hormones because it doesn't know what to do with it. This is totally unnatural. Now, if you give pellets to the rats, their response in hormones, their weight, activity, everything's totally different than if you give them the same food in a powderized form. Same grams, same weight, but in a powderized way. So the more refined the product is, the greater the release all of a sudden. So all flour, in my opinion, all flour should be avoided. Breads, chips, cookies, all pre-digested foods. They're all pre-digested. So do these altered foods have a different metabolic process? And yes, they do. I already told you that real food has less insulin production, therefore less obesity, less diabetes, less addiction, and no unnatural combinations and additives, and they are nutrient-dense packaging. They have everything in them. They have the fiber, they got all the vitamins in there, and they got the starch in it there as well, all in one package, the way it is found in nature. And then early satiety. So early satiety means that you eat that food and you feel full. So you're not going to overeat. You cannot overeat that. If I give you a proper piece of steak, nice one, grass-fed, I bet you if I give you this much, you won't be able to finish it. But if I give you a processed food, you'll keep eating. Half an hour later, you can keep eating. An hour later, you'll come back for more. You'll never be satisfied. You'll never be satisfied when you're eating processed foods. Now, this last sentence, I actually borrowed it from one of the books that I was reading, and I can't remember who. It says, you're a cactus in a rainforest. So what that means is, if you're a cactus, you are made for a desert, where you get periodic rain and moisture. You take that cactus and put it in rainforest, what's going to happen? It's going to die. Soon it's going to get sick. First of all, it's going to get all waterlogged and wimpy, and